Trading at Schwab is now powered by Ameritrade, unlocking the power of Thinkorswim, the award-winning trading platforms loaded with features that let you dive deeper into the market. Visualize your trades in a new light on Thinkorswim desktop with robust charting and analysis tools, all while you uncover new opportunities with up-to-the-minute market news and insights. Thinkorswim is available on desktop, web, and mobile to meet you where you are. It's built by the trading obsessed to help you trade brilliantly. Learn more at schwab.com/trading.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu. With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
She said, hurry up and come back, was the last thing she said to her son the day his life was taken. She didn't know when he wouldn't come back. He died from the bullet of a gun. And now her little boy is gone.
She said, help me, Lord, help me. And she looked up to the sky and she heard a voice reply, when you cry, I cry. I cry along with you. When you smile, I smile. I smile along with you. Oh, ha, ha, oh, ha. Whoa, whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha.
Just like a king, love you give to me, sorry, makes me give it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jaden XD.
One set of footprints into the sand. Yeah.
Yes,
Hello.
happy Independence Day to the sovereign nation of Jamaica.
I know you all are Vivi and Suff today. I love it.
Yeah. Bullet.
But yes, welcome back.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Caribbean nations. Dominica, first gold medal ever.
Yes.
And a woman led the charge.
And let us not forget, outside of Dominica being a small island,
70,000 people.
It was also greatly affected by a hurricane a few years ago, actually. So I'm just, big ups, big ups.
Yeah. Like the thing about the Olympics, I know people are it's a polarizing thing, but I love the fact that there are people, regardless of like political affiliation, there are people who've worked their asses off, who have overcome who knows what kind of fucked up adversity to get to this moment. And, even though it's for the country, but it's really for themselves. This is a proof positive moment of like, nigga, I want to shout out to me.
I want to thank me.
I want to thank me.
Yeah, very much that.
So every time, like I got a little misty when all the black girls won for gymnastics, and we had silver,
I had to lay down my activism sword for 5 seconds to celebrate. I was like, I've got to celebrate the we. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't watch it. I watched the clips, but I was like, Black joy is imperative, especially as we live in these days. And so, I'm not gonna ignore what's going on in the world, but I'm also not gonna put our joy and our own resilience aside. You know what I'm saying? Black people go through enough, and Black athletes go through enough. Athletes of color go through enough, and so I want to celebrate us. You know, when we work hard and we focus on something, and like that's our shit, and we're motherfucking good at it. And I think both of those things can exist at the same time.
How does it feel to describe yourself as an Olympic champion?
It feels surreal. I mean, you know, third time's a charm. It didn't happen in Rio, it didn't happen in Tokyo, but boy, did Paris love me and I loved it back, so.
And the first ever medalist for Dominica, and a gold as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get a medal, get the medal, right?
Yeah, I agree. With that being said, what we got going on with the genocides?
Yes, we're on day 305 of the ongoing genocide in Gaza. The IOF was bombing tents for displaced people inside Al-Aqsa Hospital in Deir al-Balah. The IOF also massacred displaced civilians in Al-Nasser and Hassan Salama schools in North Gaza, which sparked fires, killing 30, and 80% of those 30 were children. 4 schools have been bombed in a matter of 24 hours in Gaza. 152 schools in total have been destroyed in the Gaza Strip. And as of July 30th of this year, all 625,000 students in the Gaza Strip have lost an entire scholastic year. The IOF has killed at least 9,200 students and at least 397 educational staff members. And every single university has been destroyed in Gaza. I want to read 2 quotes. One of them from the former executive director of the Human Rights Watch that says, if 80% of the victims are children, then it was not a proportionate attack. So it does not matter if there were a couple of Hamas fighters there or whatever the Israeli military claims. When you kill that many civilians, the result is disproportionate, and that's a war crime. The second is from the humanityproject.org that says, the attacks on schools are a clear violation of international law, and alongside the targeting of other vital infrastructure such as hospitals and water facilities, show a clear intent to exterminate the Palestinian population. Between polio, between intentionally blocking the vaccines needed because of polio, which is as a result of the spreading sewage, you are bombing children, you are shooting children. And what do children represent? Future generations. These are intentional attacks on Palestinians as a people. And this is an intentional attack on children, which makes it otherworldly disgusting. On top of that, they have made comments, documented comments that you can literally go and look up right now, where they talk about how they are targeting quote unquote terrorists and Hamas leaders in the tunnels and schools, in hospitals. But also, you all have other quotes where you have called the babies terrorists. You have called the children terrorists, and you have made public claim that your goal is to get rid of all of them. You don't view them as children. You don't view them as babies. And so we see, if anybody tries to deny that this is a genocide, I don't know how at this point you can. This is a clear indication. I'm starting to get fucking purple people is what they call themselves. I call you assholes. They're starting to message me, the people who are like, well, you need to look at both sides. And I don't know if you're listening to this. I don't know if you're listening to Getting Grown, because they're like, your reporting is really good, but you need to make sure you report on both sides. Report this dick. Because my eyes work, my brain works, my cognitive functions work, my discernment works. All of that works. I know what I see. I know what I am looking at in real fucking time. Don't tell me to look at both sides when I'm watching hundreds of babies laying on a hospital floor, fully cold dead, parents crying over their bodies. And y'all are still hollering at me about hollering at everybody about hostages or about both sides. Both sides of what, bitch? They're being obliterated. You're choosing not to see this in a realistic manner. And I can't with that willful stupidity. So stay the fuck out my messages. I don't even have time to respond to you all. Like, I don't do things with my thumbs. Stay the fuck away from me. I don't give a fuck about nothing you talking about. I don't care about anything that you say because it's not factual. I'm looking at factual things. I'm not just reading, I'm looking at it. Because there are people who are reporting it because of motherfuckers like you who want a both sides of situation that don't have both motherfucking sides. Like, get the fuck out of here. So that's currently what's going on in Gaza. As of right now, we are on day 479 of the ongoing genocide in Sudan. SAF airstrikes on Zamzam IDP camp in El Fashir injured 4 children and damaged homes. There's been intense clashes between the SAF and RSF, reported in Omdurman as the SAF gains control of the areas of the state. And the Sudanese government is denying famine in North Darfur, but the Association of Displaced Persons reported that there's 20 to 25 daily deaths due to malnutrition. The RSF is blocking trucks carrying life-saving medical supplies, trying to enter El Fashir, and this furthers the risk for thousands of malnourished children at the Zamzam camp, where the bed occupancy rate right now at the MSF clinic, which is the Doctors Beyond Borders clinic, is at 120%. That's the bed occupancy rate, 120%. So because of this, the MSF, again, MSF is the Doctors Beyond Borders, has had to put a cap on the number of children who receive therapeutic food. And so they only have enough supplies for the next 2 weeks. And without treatment, children with severe malnutrition are at risk for dying in 3 to 6 weeks. The current UN reports also cite that 726,000 people have been displaced from Sennar State since the RSF onslaught began in late June, and the majority of the people displaced are from Khartoum and Jazeera originally. So those are the updates this week as to what's continuing to happen. Again, more war on children. More war on children and civilians. Children starving is something that should just never be a thing anywhere. It should just never, ever, ever be a thing. And so not only are parents and guardians and so forth forced to make tough decisions when you are in a situation where you have to ration food to that extent, but the amount of evil that lives in you to literally block aid from coming in, so that you see these dying children needing what they need, and you are intentionally blocking that aid due to wanting to have power. Evil. Burn them all up. This is all disgusting. It's nasty. It's continuing to happen. And we're going to continue to report on it. It's wearing. I was telling Kia, it's wearing on my spirit. But it's not going to stop me from speaking the truth. Also, there was a notable journalist. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last recording. Who was killed. He and his photographer. I want to make sure. So, there are several journalists who have been killed. This is actually the highest amount of journalists that have been killed documented in documenting a war. It's also been an intentional war on journalists for reporting the truth. As of 5 days ago, in 300 days of genocide, Palestine, on Gaza, Palestine, Israel has killed 127 journalists. So it was, hold on, Ishmael Al-Ghul, who worked for Al Jazeera, as well as his cameraman, Rami Al-Rafi, were both killed in a targeted strike. Ishmael has been really, really key in documenting in real time what's been going on since the start of this iteration of the genocide and the overall occupation. His children lost their father. His wife lost her partner, but he was also very well beloved in Gaza by the children, by the people. And he and his cameraman were intentionally targeted in an airstrike because he is out here reporting the truth. They have documented that, again, this is the most amount of journalists in any particular quote unquote war that have died from the Vietnam War and on. This is the most amount of journalists who have been targeted and killed. That is another indication that they don't want the truth out there, but it's already out there. It's already out there. So yeah.
I don't think what current warmongers, I don't think they considered that even if you try to take out all the journalists, you know, whatever, you're relying on antiquated media. Like when I think about like Ferguson and things of that taught me in the sense of like, you don't necessarily need reporters. I mean, we do need them.
Reporters, but you don't train journalists.
Yeah, but my point is that everybody can be a reporter now, right? You can't shy away from the truth because everybody has some sort of smart device or to tell their truth or tell what's going on in the ground around them with video evidence, right? So it's definitely not something that, all I can say is warmongers.
And what good is trained journalists? I think trained journalists are very important, right? For getting proper information out there. But when they start adopting a biased mindset, it completely defeats the purpose of what this was originally intended for in the first place. And that's where you have to have people on the ground who show what's going on. When you have journalists who are either targeted and or not giving the full truth of the story of what's happening. But like you said, with so much technology out there, you can't hide what you're doing. So you guys are not only, you demons are not only relying on antiquated news and one-sided news, you're also relying on people being completely delusional. Because if people see what's happening and you are trying to convince them otherwise, and you're succeeding in some form or another, because there's a batch of people who are really feeding into this bullshit. But there's a whole great amount of people who also are not. And so we are going to continue to be people who at least point you in the direction of the people on the ground where you are able to get your truth so that nobody can come and try to gaslight you and tell you this is not happening or you don't know what you're talking about, because that's not the case. We all see it for ourselves. And so we're going to continue to keep you all in the know and continue to point you in the directions where you can get even more information and continue to educate yourselves. So that I don't know. I don't even understand. I don't know. But yeah, that's the updates this week.
In my political corner this week, there's obvious news, right? That, yes, there's Tim Walz, who is the new VP pick, who I actually don't mind. I think he's he's on the right side of things. He is anti-war and anti-genocide and pro-gay and all that good stuff.
Vocal about it.
Yes. There's also the moment we missed last week while we were recording was number 45 and the fallout with the NABJ. We both have friends in the org, so I don't want to drag that. But what I want to talk about in politics today is I want to go back to school boards, and not necessarily how I dragged y'all the last time about being a part and voting and being, all that good stuff. A couple of months ago, the LA LGBT Center reported that there are groups, anti-LGBT groups, anti-LGBTQ plus groups who are going to school boards meetings and lobbying for anti-gay or anti-trans measures in the thing. And they don't even have children that necessarily go to that particular school or belong to that school district. So, these super POCs are paying people, or anti-queer orgs are paying people to be disruptors in these places. So this is why and this has begun to ramp up. And I knew this was going to happen as we got closer to the election. So to reinforce the importance of school boards, and I we talked about, and I was kind of fake joking about, like, you know, kids and lack of education. I was being serious, but still, in this regard, it's a little bit more troubling because you have people who have no other interest but to be hateful. They don't even have children that go to these school districts, but they're coming here talking about, my child is, and I fear that they're gonna grow up and blah blah blah. You're forcing your lifestyle upon us. Like, we all know that's bullshit. Absolutely. And but also the fact that people are being paid to be hateful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and especially across the board, but in school board, like in a school zone, which you shouldn't even, like, kids should always be off the, you know what I mean? Off the table.
Yeah, they should. You got to start carrying some tweezers around to these meetings. You know what I'm saying? And pinching niggas real hard when they start getting buck wild. But they do pay people. They pay people to come and be obstinate. They pay people for school board and PTA meetings. They pay people to go and antagonize at protests, at gay protests, at pro-Palestinian protests, at protests across the board. They are paying people to be hateful. What?
This is how I knew the economy was bad, because during Gay Pride at the march, there was hardly anybody protesting. I was like, niggas is broke.
They don't have time.
but that's you know, there's other things, you know, read things. But as far as insider stuff, I'm really you know, school boards and education is so important to me now more so than ever, because I see kids around all over, just on social media, they are tolerant, but I could also see they espouse the same hateful shit that their parents do.
Yeah.
Despite or in spite of the shit that they just inherently believe as Gen Zs or Gen Alpha, whatever they're called.
Also,
nowadays.
TikTok. They get exposed. We have to remember, we see recipes and cleaning shit and all this, but they get exposed to that new age awful ideology. So it's old age, but they present it in a new age way. What's the person that somebody keep telling? Andrew Tatum?
Oh, Andrew Tate, yeah.
Yeah. Like that kind of stuff they get exposed to on them
podcasters,
on
Joe
TikTok.
Rogan.
And so sometimes it's not the parents, and it's like they adopt the ideology. Sometimes it's the parents or the families. It is the environment. Like, there's so many ways for them to receive terrible information.
And practice it, because there was this one little boy, they're like, you know, let your mother know a secret that she doesn't know. And he was like 9. He was like,
oh yes, I said that to you.
Like, I say the hard R.
I say the hard R. And the mom was like, what?
The hard R, yeah. That's like Chris got cursed out by like an 8-year-old on, like, it was the first and last time he ever played Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He was like, and they called him
every nigger, spook, monk,
low key
monkey.
FNQ.
I know they did.
Yeah, they called him FNQ. And he was like, how they know my T? And I was like,
because you probably.
I was like, girl.
Well, that's their go-to. They want to be hateful across the board. Yeah, and they're also, I'm sure you have said something.
Yeah. You tipped them off a bit.
You've given them an inkling, nigga.
Yeah. A little bit of ammo.
So
let's because I have something to tell you.
Oh yeah, let's pay bills.
I have some conceptual high shit that I thought about over the weekend. But we have an announcement.
Yes.
Jade and I are taking a break of sorts. Kind of, sort of, not really.
Into summer break.
Yeah. We will be dark here on the main stage. Doesn't mean we're not working, though. Because you will still get us brand new episodes and everything exclusively on Patreon.
Yep.
So for the next month, we will be exclusively on Patreon. So all the things that we cover, 90 Day, Love After Lockup, some weird outlaw television obscure program.
Yeah.
You know,
And all the conversation that comes in between.
Yeah, it'll all be there. $9.99 or $12.99 a month. That's where we'll be.
As well as a live.
As well as a live. $12.99 members get a monthly live, which will happen next week. Yeah, so this will be exciting. You know, we'll talk in shop on Patreon while we're doing this, but just know there's a reason. But you know, subscribe to us on Patreon, like I said, YouTube as well, freer than you and me. Subscribe, look in the description box wherever you're listening. Join the Discord. The Agents of Chaos are having a wang dang mother tucking doodle
all the time.
Also, what else are we doing? Big Brother, right?
Oh,
We're covering
you're
Big
doing
Brother.
Big Brother.
Yes. We got a new addition to the house because
I heard.
Yes. Dr. Kia is our newest house guest.
Yes.
For the remainder of the season. So it's Latoya, Dr. Kia, Asante, and myself, and whoever wants to come on as a guest. You have to come on, Jade, and we have a wang dang. Even if you don't watch Big Brother, we have a good time.
Look.
Yeah. I also feel like there's clips that you could watch and you can catch up. It's not that difficult to catch up. And then, so yeah, that's where we'll be. And you can also catch those recaps on all of our socials, including our YouTube channel, as well as on our Patreon. I put that up there as well. Because I want more people, I need more black people to watch shit on CBS so we can get rid of the shit that they have on there and have more relevant shit for black people.
Oh, that's real.
That's the only reason why I'm like, we have to force the hand.
Yeah.
The shit don't get better until we either stop or start watching. So stop watching Tyler Perry films, even if it's hate watching, because it's not going to stop. And start watching shit that needs to be given a chance. Like Interview with the Vampire, greatest show of all time. It's queer, it's black.
Divorce in Black.
Yeah. Look at you, being a part of the problem.
I know. I just... The girls were going off in my text messages, and I was like, well, what's Tia Tamara's ex-husband doing? And so I went, and I have to tell you, like, I laughed real hard. He sounds like when he gets loud, he sounds like are you talking back, woman? Type of, but it's like, but it's the...
Is you sassing me? That kind of thing.
Yeah, is you sassing? So he would like come into her job and get loud and be like, "Now I done told you," and me and Tristan would just fall out because this nigga was ridiculous.
Now, to be fair, you always have to know what the enemy is up to. So my mother called me, and she was very, very vocal about divorce in the black. And my mother. I've never seen a black woman divest from Tyler Perry until of her age.
Real time?
Yeah, she was like...
Oh, because she didn't hate watch it.
No, she watched it earnestly. Because, she's of the type, right? She's a Christian lady. She, why wouldn't she watch Tyler Perry, right?
Yeah.
So... Now, mind you, she bugged me all weekend for the Amazon thing. And I'm like, you don't need to be a part of my Amazon thing, especially when you got your own. So I said, Ma, go find your own and whatever. So she does. And she does. And she calls me and she was like, so I finally watched that old Tyler Perry movie. I was like, oh, you don't sound... Yeah, I was like, why is it old? Why you sound unhappy? She was like, that new one with that girl from East Bayou. And I was like, Megan Good. She was like, And she was like, I got to take your lead. His movies aren't that good, son. I was like, I told you, you finally see the light. And she was like, I'm just going to watch the plays. I was like, I'll allow you, Ma, to watch the plays. Because even I watch the plays and it's funny. But she was like, these are not for me. And then she said the ultimate line that made me laugh, that all black women of her age say the same thing. She said, ever since that Halloween Medea movie, it has not been the same. And I was like, you're absolutely right.
Because let me tell you something.
Boo 2 was they send off. They said this is my last season.
Because that was ridiculous. His when he should have stopped when he was able to get Kathy Bates for the film. You should have just Kathy Bates and Alfred Woodard as best friends. You should have left it right fucking there and retired.
You know what? One day we need to watch. We need to watch when he played an action hero, Tyler Perry did.
No, I have boundaries, and
we need to take a break.
I only watch Tia Tamara's husband because, you know. Let's take a break. Go.
Yeah, I have some high shit to tell you. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And the arrival of a mail-order California two-spot octopus in a plastic bag was Cal's dream come true. They named him Terrence. But then, Terrence outgrew his tank. And then the Cliffords learned keeping an octopus tank was really hard.
The electrical issue was...
And we're back. I had a couple of thoughts.
Okay.
They were marijuana induced. I do want to warn you, but I feel like these are important discussions that need to be had.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, we always hear about werewolves. How come there's no were cows? Or like were chickens? Or like were horses? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody, ooh, I'm afraid of a werewolf, but no one talks about a were-lemur. And apparently were means man, so it's like man, wolf. So I get it, right? Because it's the beast.
So Mr. Tumnus would be a were-goat.
Mm-hmm. But you see what I mean? Like we don't really have further conversations about like zombies, right? So like I've been trying to like soft launch The Walking Dead in my home because I've watched. That's one of the few culty shows that I've ever really watched for real. Meaning like there's Breaking Bad, which we all need to discuss and realize it's not that great of a show. And
niggas are incensed. The niggas who are the niggas who love it are incensed right now, and I am of the opposite. Where I'm like,
seethe. Anyway,
bored.
Be mad, seethe, burn, sizzle.
I was
Just know
bored.
that it's not that great. No.
So apparently, animal. So yes, you're right. Man wolf is so, but other animals associated are bears, tigers, or hyenas. So we could have werebears, were tigers, and were hyenas, or like Azalea Banks. That's a were hyena.
Yeah, that's a were hyena. Yeah, okay, so that's fair. Yeah. And then my second thought was
if it was as bad as the first one, I'm a little scared. Because I was like, what the fuck were you smoking? Crack? What were you?
Low key.
Oh, and for whoever commented on the Patreon said, yes, niggas are still smoking crack. Well, I know niggas are still smoking crack. We were talking about
concept of why.
But it's also niggas who have begun to smoke crack.
Yeah.
In the last several years, you can't start smoking crack after
you don't get grandfathered in. Like, you know what I mean?
You don't. It's like, well, they smoked crack, and I'm part of the plan. Like, it's not
ancestral. It's not something that we pass down. It's not like genetic,
No, not at all. Not at all. Manufactured.
Number 2, doggy abortions. Now, I had the thought, right, came from an episode of Frasier. Actually, it didn't. It came from, I was over at Swade's house. And Swade and her husband have a wonderful dog, beautiful dog named Amina. And so Amina is not, they have, oh my God. So wait, hold on. So
Oh my God.
Exciting information. So, okay, so they were like, Amina, she hasn't, been fixed. And so I was like, okay, girl, well, y'all gonna fuck around and she'll get pregnant on y'all, what y'all gonna do? And so when I got home, I was telling Chris, what happened. And so we had this conversation about like what if a doggy just throws itself down the stairs and when they know they're pregnant? And so it was just like, woo, like I did it. Or is there like Planned Parenthood for dogs?
Well, okay. Yes, dogs can get abortions, known as medical abortions using medications during the second trimester of pregnancy.
Damn, they even get up to the second trimester. How long do they gestate for?
Oh, that's another good question. How long do dogs gestate? 63 days or about 9 weeks, but can range from 58 to 72 days.
That's like a sim.
Me and Santa's little helper used to be a team, but he never wants to play anymore since his bitch moved in.
Bummer, don't ever say that word again.
Well, that's what she is. I looked it up.
Well, I'm going to write the dictionary, people, and have that checked. Feels like a mistake.
That's kind of crazy. So, like,
I did not know that information.
2 months
is so
is a
fascinating.
change. Okay, so dogs. Okay, so there's a couple of drugs. There's a few drugs that you can use to give a doggy abortion.
I'm so fascinated.
I'm about to get on my Macy Gray. It's like niggas who go and start doing funeral makeup, like my homegirl Nikki, and out of the blue, you're like, bitch, what? How did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
Wait till I start performing
the coin.
Wait till I start performing dog abortions. Prostaglandin F2 alpha, a natural hormone that can be administered 3 times a day for 48 hours, followed by a higher dose 3 times a day until all fetuses are gone. That sounds like a doggy plan B.
All fetuses are gone. That's crazy.
Oh, yes, because it'd be multiple niggas in there.
Yeah.
Dexamethasone can be used in the second half of pregnancy. Okay. Now, a combination of drug protocols can include sabergoline and cloprestanol have been reported to be successful with minimal side effects. And then they have progesterone blockers, isoquinolones, which is available outside of the United States. That sounds like puppy quaaludes.
Mm-hmm.
Epostain, a progesterone synthesis inhibitor available outside of the U.S. Oh, wait, they do have a doggy morning after.
Oh, my God.
It's called DES, diethylstilbestrol, also known as the morning after pill, but not as reliable as other methods. The same as when we take it. 72 hours, nigga. The longer away, the less effective.
Okay, so I get phone calls, probably once a week, where somebody's dog has got hooked up with the neighbor's dog, and they've got potentially an unwanted pregnancy. And so the question is, what can you do to sort this out?
Crazy.
Told you, I learned so much stuff or questioned so many things.
Well, now I just want to ask random questions to the internet. I'm like, what am I curious about?
Yeah.
How do bears fuck? I've never. Yeah. I don't know. Why do all animals fuck from the back?
I can't imagine like, I don't know, them doing reverse cowgirl. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just,
let's see,
based off of like anatomy and how like it's just easier to do it that way.
I think it's a setup type of situation.
Yeah, and because they can't be on 2 legs long.
If apes are very similar to us, I've never seen apes fuck either, but I imagine they might.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
It's very violent and it's like nigga porn. Like, it's not.
Because when they slap an ass or nigga porn, it'd be like, I'm like, bitch, I know that hurt.
Yeah, I'd be like rocking Shay. Shay is being abused, okay?
I can imagine Ape Sex is like, no, this sounds racist. This is getting dicey.
Yeah, it is.
This is getting dicey now. Well, I'm curious about what else you've had going on up there.
Oh, that's all for now. I'll share throughout the course of, but where cows really weighed heavy on my spirit all last
I don't
week.
want to see a were cow. That's frightening.
But then doggy abortions took up the latter half of the week.
Doggy abortions is nuts. And the fact that you can actually do them is crazier. But pro-choice, why not? Why can't they? Yeah. Like, girl, you know you didn't want to have these babies.
Yeah.
Now, cat abortions, what I'm more interested in, because they're the ones who be leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Willfully.
They probably have that too.
Can cats?
I'm telling you. Fascinating stuff. Because I thought about, right, like
both.
Mm-hmm. It's not just flinging them down the stairs. It's just, wow.
And then can you really fling a cat down the stairs?
Point taken.
Can you really do that?
Yeah. Point taken.
Yeah. Well, that was a good time.
We need to take a break.
We learn something new every motherfucking day.
Every day. Let's take a break and we'll be back with more Jaden XD. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yet, if those films, I mean, we're talking about Tyler Perry at this point. No, I mean, look, I'm not saying we're talking. Let's not give them fodder for tabloid. I'm not saying we're talking about Tyler Perry, but those are the shows that we're talking about. If we're talking about that, and we look at the numbers.
And we're back. Apparently, we're Googling sexual organs of animals. But this week, we decided to be a little bit more creative.
2 penises.
Oh, my God.
Sharks have 2 penises.
Okay. You know, 1 foot of plug and 1 foot of hose.
That is genius. Okay, continue.
We decided to talk about or make up video treatments for songs that should have had music videos. Excuse me, visuals. Because for the young people back in the day, we used to call visuals music videos.
Yes. Yeah. Oh. Wait.
They don't call them that anymore.
They just call them visuals?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I can't keep up. Like, I don't.
Just wear the visuals.
I also, sometimes there's videos for shit, and then I never knew they existed.
That too.
Yeah. So
even to old shit. But if they're on here, they have a music video. Ours is probably better.
We're rewriting it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
Oh, you.
Okay. Well, there is a song that should have. It was the first song I thought of.
Okay.
That should have had a video. And it could be very sassy. Now, in my head, it's literally just them rapping in a booth a la freestyle, because that's what it is essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe shots of New York around, shots of Brooklyn, that kind of thing. But I also would like them to perform this song if this were to be like a performance video, but like at Carnegie Hall.
Oh.
And I want them to do a whole set at Carnegie Hall. If Nas can do it, this person can. Whatever. But Lil Kim's Queen Bitch.
In the tunnel in Esso, sipping espresso, cappuccino with Nino, on a mission for the Lucci Crino. I used to wear Moschino, but every bitch got it. Now I rock colorful mints because my pockets stay knotted. C note after C note, Frank Boat, whole.
Like imagine like her with the stand and the lyrics being all regal.
Yes.
And
okay, so I'm putting her in a velvet, elaborate ball gown.
Ridiculous.
With a slit. Yes. And a nasty drag race crown. At the podium.
Yeah, all black, dressed like the Omen.
Dressed like the Omen. Dressed like the Omen. Is it an open or a closed-toe shoe?
Open.
Okay. I see it. It could go either way.
Yeah.
Celebrities wear closed-toe shoes sometimes.
Because they have
at times
ugly feet.
when some of them don't wear closed-toe shoes enough. But sometimes they wear closed-toe shoes with a dress where I would say, I would absolutely put an open toe with this. I don't understand.
Yeah, I always think that they probably just don't have their feet done at the time.
Oh, I guess that could be a thing.
Because, like, who has time? Like, pedicures are time-consuming.
Yes, they are. And if you're like very busy.
Yeah, and you can't like get a pedicure just anywhere. Like, because I thought about the other day, like, how come they don't have home, like people that come to people's homes to do pedicures? And I guess they do, but it's like you want like a full spa scenario situation.
That makes sense because so these are you all spare tire shoes. These are your backups in case you didn't have time to go sit in a chair. That makes sense. That makes sense. Can you imagine being a celebrity pedicurist?
So we're here to meet the Queen. No, not that Queen. The Queen of Feet. Margaret Dabbs is a foot maestro to the stars. You could actually call her the soul of discretion. She's also the creator of the world's most expensive pedicure. So let's go check it out.
Everybody calls me the Queen of Feet. I really have no idea.
I'd imagine that you would be the most paid.
Right.
Or because in my head, I'm paying you off and having a fierce NDA because what you won't do is talk shit about my feet to the public.
Oh, you have to have a nasty NDA.
Yeah.
A nasty horse.
A fierce NDA. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
So maybe that's why we don't hear about any celebrity
Like I hear about nails,
Same.
like Cardi's. You hear all about the nail techs, which is beautiful, but you never hear about the pedicure.
I think Cardi just goes to the shop around the block.
She got a lot going on. I don't know what she did.
Because she's got that acrylic big toe that can only be done in a shop that still removes nails with a Metro card. So it's I imagine Cardi goes out and just goes for a regular around the way ass $15 pedicure.
And that's fine. Sometimes that's all you need.
I miss the $15 pedicures. Nigga, I used to be able to go into the nail shop and sit down and get a full French pedi for $15.
Yeah. I miss, even for boys, for men folk or people who identify as them. Back on 8th Street, you can get a whole mani-pedi for $25.
You see? We used to be able to get full sets for $25. Like a full acrylic set for $25. Didn't matter the length.
Damn.
Man. I told Kia that my sister found a movie stuff for when she went to go see White Chicks, and she found it the other day because she was like in her memory box. She said it was like $6 for the ticket, $7.
Do you know how much? Well, you already know how much movie tickets are.
Nigga, I just took note to see Inside Out 2.
Because I was gonna go. Well, we both were gonna go see Twisters. Because apparently in 4DX it's like a whole like experience situation. Them sons of bitches was a ticket to Disneyland.
Twisters?
Well, they remade the original, which, everybody's going to have a remake at some point because Hollywood's not that creative, or they've given up on creativity because it's too expensive.
They need to go ahead and remake The Wiz then. And give us a Dorothy who's not 50.
They really had Diana Ross's old ass up there talking about ease on down.
While she was literally like in perimenopause.
Her and Ani M. Same.
But I'm only 17.
Sweating.
No, she wasn't 17 because she was a teacher, right?
She was 25.
Still, in real life, she was 45. And I was here.
And even if you're 25, like, wake up. Like, girl, you up here you never been below 125th Street. Like, that's crazy to me.
That's
but although I will say, when I first moved to New York, I always had this assumption that everybody went anywhere.
No.
But that's totally untrue. There are people who in New York just do whatever they do, all the things that they do in their borough. And like, I've even learned that going to Times Square, for like, that's like a thing, like for people. That is like where people go, and like, we're going to go to Applebee's and going to go to the movies, and we're going to hightail it right back uptown to, 149th and 3rd,
I have family that's never left the Bronx. Never left the Bronx.
Mm.
And I'm, and listen.
You have everything that you need in the Bronx, honestly.
I don't leave Brooklyn if I absolutely do not have to. I don't.
Valid. When I started working in Brooklyn, I never left Brooklyn. For what?
I don't really have unless I have a very specific reason, I'm going to see a show. And honestly, I'm getting ready to commission to put a Broadway theater in Brooklyn. I'm like, nope, I want to see the shows down here.
Yeah. Move that raggedy ass McDonald's from Fulton. Put a stage there.
Put it at the King's Theater. I don't give a fuck, but I just, you need an iteration that's here because I'm tired of. I don't want to trek to the city.
No, that's valid.
I went to the city for Drew's birthday, and I was like, that I love you. And I'm happy to celebrate your life for the fact that I am in the middle of Times Square right now. I'm in the middle of the fucking theater district. Just because on a Friday.
That's awful.
Happy birthday, Drew. Love you.
It's your turn, I think, by the way. We done forgot all the playlist thing of what we got going.
I want to see a video for... Speaking of Dorothy, I would love to see a video for Diana Ross's Love Hangover. And I mean, I want some Donna. I want some, Donna Summers-esque. Like, I want the hair, not Mariah. I want Donna hair. And then I want Diana and like your quintessential silk robe with the fuzzy trim around and the big fuzz around the base of, and then like fuzzy slippers. And it's very, all through, and it's very sensual. And she's just literally slinking through the entire video. Or she's a junkie. Okay. Think Halle Berry a la Losing Isaiah. In the whole video, she's tapping the arm. She's stealing from the bodega. She got shit falling out the holes of her coat. You know what I'm saying? She goes into the trap house. But at the end, the drug that's revealed is a nigga.
It's a nigga. Yeah.
A treatment.
Yeah.
A treatment.
She's addicted to this man.
To a nigga. Or every scene, you know how like you see stuff and it can transform into something else. So like the heron transforms into a nigga. The crack rock transforms into a nigga. Like everything. A weed plant grows into a nigga. Like all the drugs reveal themselves to be a nigga.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Thank you. I am what's her name? Solange's best friend. Melina. Call me
fair.
Melina.
That's fair. Who has come a long way, because don't think I forgot about that kitty cat video. So...
I love Melina's eye.
I do too, but we have come a long way.
You're like, I've watched the journey.
Yes. I invest in the product. And Mama has grown. You know.
I know she's the reason Solange performed in that laundromat.
Had to be.
You know she was. That was her idea. Ingenious, but also that was Melina. Melina's who had Beyonce in the beauty supply store.
Yeah, exactly.
Queen.
My next song. You know, she is they are a gift. They don't have a lot of visuals or videos. And I feel like enough Negroes love this song or are wrecked by this song that there should have been a video. And I really just think it should be them, just a black and white background, just emoting, because this is a fucked up song. But it's Fool of Me by Michelle and Dagio Cello.
I do smell you in my dreams, but now when we're face to face, you won't look me in the eye. No time.
Niggas love that song. I too am niggas, but
Same.
you know,
Same.
It's just one of those songs. Like,
so you would okay, all right. Paint this picture. You would do what with it now?
oh, it's just think D'Angelo's Untitled, but just her, not get or them, because I feel like Michelle uses they them pronouns.
Do they?
I believe
it tracks, but I wasn't sure if that was
because I
official.
know they are queer and they present more masculine than anything.
That makes sense. That tracks.
But yeah, just think that like D'Angelo's Untitled video, but just them, but just emoting. Just not like getting naked or anything. It's just them. You made a fool of me. Oh, they could be. Like that would be impactful.
I think that would be dope.
Yeah. But just a super simple video because of the fact that the lyrics are so gut wrenching and so like this. It needs to be a simple. Now everything else is a whole outlaw show that I got on here, but you know,
if I was an artist, I would fuck niggas' heads up and I would make a video that looks like a YouTube video. Like when YouTube just puts the words up and you be thinking you're getting ready to get a quote unquote video. But I would do that as my video so that every single time.
That's what Billie Eilish did.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Birds of a feather stick together. Yep, just lyrics. Just
I only know one Billie Eilish song, and that's the although enjoyment.
Oh, from Barbie.
I'm sad again.
Oh.
Don't tell my boyfriend. That one.
I just got into her.
Sang it. Rest in peace.
I just got into her because I liked the little Bond song she's done. But I like Bond themes are really good.
Wait,
and maybe
Bond,
one day
Billie
she's
Eilish.
won like she's like a 2-time Oscar winner.
All right, hold on.
Because she won for Bond and I feel like she won for Barbie.
Billie Eilish. What was her song for Barbie?
That's what it's made.
That's the one I was just singing.
Yeah.
Although enjoyment. Okay, hold on. Billie Eilish. Okay, here we go. No Time to Die. It sounds like
they
a
all
Blonde
have
Ass
die
song.
in it,
I was like, that sounds like it.
except for the one that Adele has, because her Bond song is on here.
Oh,
on my
you
list.
watch this guy. Ooh, watch the
That
Mrs.
should have a
Doubtfire
video.
song.
Yes.
Oh yes, but I want to see Adele on like a whole bunch of roller coasters with big dips
So rolling in the deep
in a
is
suit.
about.
Okay, let me see here. Oh, okay, I can't. It's too breathy.
Oh yeah, that's what she does. She's a breathy girl.
If you're into Billie Eilish, then you need to watch Swarm.
Oh God,
She's in it.
she is.
She's in an episode. I didn't know that until after, but that was Billie Eilish. She was in one of the episodes.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's a show I'm never gonna watch, but I
want us to watch. I feel like, you know what? Yeah, we're doing that on Patreon.
We're not.
Yeah,
because
we're
the
watch
first episode, you're gonna have to watch. I have to watch Chloe Bailey just throwing it back randomly.
Yeah, because that's the first episode. Because Chloe Bailey, she's in it, but she's. I really want you. I'm thinking about you watching the series and the personal enjoyment I'm getting just from.
That's what I meant to go back to Tyler Perry. So I tried watching Divorce in the Black after my mother's indignation, right? So I was like, let me see what the fuck she's talking about. First 5 minutes, I was like, I'm done.
Oh, wait, with the funeral?
When this bitch said, take him out the casket. Yeah. What do you mean, Ella?
That's what made me watch it, because niggas were like, no, literally in the first 3 minutes of you about to, and I was like, there's no way. And then when she said take him out the casket, I almost peed. I was like, what kind of outlaw nigga shit is this?
Literally outlaw nigga shit.
But also, if niggas try to take control of my body, to do things that they know I would not approve of at my home-going service, take me out too, nigga. Cut me loose.
I'm gonna haunt every last one of these motherfuckers.
Bury me loose.
Mama, don't do that. No. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
That's my next tattoo. Bury me loose. Oh God. Ooh, okay. It's your turn? I don't even know.
We need to take a break. Let's take one more break and we'll be back. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
If you outside more than 15 motherfucking minutes in the summertime, it's a 99.99999% chance that motherfucking pussy musky. That's just what it is. That's just calling the motherfucking spade a spade. I don't give a damn how clean you will. If you outside more than 15 motherfucking minutes.
And we're back. We're not doing anything for real. What do you I think it's my turn actually.
It is.
Okay. This is one of the greatest songs of all time.
Oh, that's strong.
And it is. It is. And I feel like a video has to match it.
Okay.
And this would be very on the nose, but it would have to be an Alice in Wonderland type of theme.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Whereas Alice or Alex, non-binary, gender conforming, and listen, we are as inclusive, okay?
We are,
and purple hair and all. So they're just going through the motions, and honestly, the song is Jefferson Airplane's "White Rabbit." And it is a, first of all, one of the greatest songs of all time, just because of, it's about drugs, but also the ramp and the escalation and the guitar riff. And it's such a simple song. It's a voice. She has the voice of the 60s, which is super impactful and protest like. And them white folks got it. They had it right there.
There was a small batch in that, in that era where it was like, I don't know, which bologna you guys ate.
1967 was a time.
It was a time. Y'all birthed a couple of decent ones. Oh, that's good. Which my next one would be fully illustrated. Cartoon. Illustrated. Stevie Wonder's Visions.
But what I'd like to know is, could a place like this exist so beautiful? Or do we have to take our wings and fly away?
Because he paints such a picture with his words. But what I'd like to know is, could a world like this exist? And I would have the swirls, and it would be, everything would transform, but in an illustrated manner. Visions. Let me do that. It's not too late for us to release a video, Stevelyn.
It's not.
It's not. I feel like he should let me go back and produce a video for everything and then rewrite some of them. Because me and Kit just watched. Oh, make sure you check out Bonnie Scotch's YouTube, because I was a guest and we've been doing, she started her Dirty Mac Jams era.
Oh.
And so she had me pick my Dirty Mac Jam for us to discuss. So I did Stevie Wonder's Part-Time Lover and we broke it down. So, and it also does have a video. And I feel like it could be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Dirty Mac Jam. There's so many.
I know. There's so many.
Because all I can think of is Sid songs coming into my head. Because Mama...
Sid is soft.
They the Trade.
Soft, Dirty Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sid is most certainly a fuck nigga. Yeah. Gender non-specific. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Woo your panties right off. Leave you crying at 8 a.m. Do they have a video for girl? Do they have a visual for girl?
They do. I hate it though.
Most things are.
Yeah, I hate it. It's very LA and weed induced and not in a good way.
No, I don't want that. Oh, I would like to see a video for Janae Aiko's I'm Trying to Smoke.
I'm just trying to keep the peace. I ain't here for all the drama. I'm trying to smoke.
Life's no fairy tale. I know all too well. Gotta plant the
I'm trying to
including the skit at the beginning with the nigga trying to sell
an eighth or buy
of
whatever.
that I'm gonna call it Portugal weed because
oregano.
Yeah, where they glued a bunch of oregano to a thing and thought they was about to dupe the kid. Incensed, do you hear me? And I didn't care what language they spoke. They understood it. I was like, now you know I know what the fuck weed is, nigga. And they were like, all right. I was like, no, it's too late. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been here a long time.
Ish. No, not really, but it's fine. Okay, before we go, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Give me 3 music videos that were created that you would have wanted to be a part of.
Oh, that's interesting. I could tell you 3. One, before I answer that, one video that should have gotten made that has never been made was Nothing Out There For Me with Missy Elliott and Beyonce. That should have been and we should have got a Pussycat video. Why did I have that on here?
We didn't get a Pussycat video?
Pussy don't fail me now. I got to turn this nigga out so he don't want nobody else but me and only me. Now that's the pick me jam, but still.
Pussy good, it's all right. Ain't gotta worry about my man. We have to stop using pick me because the kids are using pick me and then they're using it wrong. And then pick me is based in misogyny. But I don't.
Well,
I feel
yeah.
like here on this show, I would like to. I would like
That's
to
the whole
continue to
point.
still use it. Yeah.
Well, I don't give a fuck what the children do. And yes, pick me is rooted in misogyny.
I don't
That's
either because
people are participating in misogyny because they want to be the exception.
they're spreading around on TikTok that you're supposed to not rinse your mouth after you brush your teeth. Mm-hmm.
I know you're not supposed to rinse after like Listerine or anything like that, but
They're
you're not
saying
supposed to.
their kids on TikTok are saying, and then some
because
dentists
they
are
watch
co-signing them, but not all dentists. They are saying you are not supposed to rinse your mouth after you brush your teeth because that defeats the purpose.
So how do you get out the debris of your that you've
They say
already
you
scrubbed away?
you spit out the gunk, but like you don't rinse.
All right, I'm done. Like hygiene becomes super weird and performative on social media and the internet.
It does.
Like from using washcloths to total Tom Segura, he's a comedian. He led this whole thing where he called people who use wash rags poor. Him and his wife, that white girl who was on Real World San Francisco. I forgot her name. And she was the blonde one who smoked cigarettes a lot.
Yes,
but they all smoked cigarettes a lot.
Mhm.
So anywho, he went on this whole tirade. It was low-key racist about how, like washcloths for poor people, which is so dumb because it's like when you wipe down a table or a counter, are you using your hands? Are you just spraying the thing down and using your hand? No, you're using a rag or a paper towel. Why wouldn't you use that for your body? Any fucking way. So Tom Segura finally used a washcloth for the first time ever.
I bet that water was.
Oh, he showed the dirty rag, and he was like, "I've seen the light." When I tell you that shit was black gold Texas tea,
I know it was.
Listen to a story
know
about
it
a man named Jeb. I was like, "This is disgusting." And these are what people
Folks used
choose
call
to
me
lay.
Patches.
And this is what people just choose to lay next to every night.
They do, or where talk about intrusive thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I watch a TV show or a movie, and some white people start slopping each other down in public, well, number one, and then number two, when they go back to wherever they going and they just begin to fuck, and somebody go down, or even not go down, I just feel like you all just left the sweaty ass club, and you're about to go lay on somebody's bed, or you're about to eat some club pussy, or you're about to suck some dick that like peed in a urinal with ice, and nobody's going to do a rinse or a wipe off or nothing. We're just going to love up on each other's sweaty nastiness.
As a gay, I can't comment on that.
Listen,
Because
as a straight,
gays-
because there's a lot of them that, what did Ply say one day? Again, more misogyny. He said he brought a bitch home from the club. She took her clothes off and she smelled like collard greens, and he had to put her in the shower.
Oh my God. That's
and collard greens is a very specific.
That's crazy. That means she has BV.
No,
Like,
that's not, because
or she
collard
didn't
greens
wipe.
don't. No, I think that is like I don't even think that's vaginal. I think that is like
Chemical, just
chemical,
in
like
the pores.
Yeah, because how do you smell collard greens? Nobody should smell like
She might have had gas and it just didn't leave. You know what I mean? It just,
like it permeated because it was
Yeah.
so like she
It
had
was so
cabbage before
strong.
she went to the club.
she might have been on a collard green diet. You know the dolls be on a fast
green
and things.
juice.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking green juices and everything, and then she might just smell like carnivorous.
I would love to be I would love to be a fly on the wall of his home movie Plies. I would like to be a fly in the house, a spider in the corner. I want to witness what goes on in his inner workings and day-to-days.
I'm sure it's so wild. Like he just
Well,
like,
he spends
stays on his
half the
phone.
day in the car.
Is he one of those people? Are you
He
homeless?
is,
Do you live in your
yeah.
car?
He's always going to the 7-Eleven. He stays in his car making a video. And then, you know, when he every once in a while just releases a music video or a project, it's always like, what the fuck? Who
What
did
are we
this?
doing here?
And then, you know, his random political thoughts. And then his random thoughts, such as when he brought a bitch home from the club and she tried to make him lima beans. Like, I just want to be, I would like to be a roach under the sink. And I just want, you know, Cree Summer, I want to see what is going on in Ply's day-to-days.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like celebrities. I want to know, like, what do you do?
Yeah,
like
all
Countess
day.
Vaughn. Like,
I
often
would
wonder-
love to observe Countess Vaughn all
because she'd be on
day.
TikTok a lot, and I'd be like, "Girl, what do you do?"
I
Like,
would
what- like-
love to be a fly in the car of Countess Vaughn.
What time do you eat breakfast? Like, do you?
What do you
know,
eat for breakfast?
What do you eat for breakfast? Like, are you like when you got to go to the grocery store? Do you go to Vaughn's or Ralph's?
What does
Do
it sound like
you-
when you talk to yourself? Because I know you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you use like Febreze in your home? Do you have incense or do you have like money blessing?
I would also, no, Michelle Obama. I would also like to, I would also love to be a fly on the wall of Brandy's house.
Ooh, it's a lot of cigarettes.
Does she smoke cigarettes?
She might tell me no, but her face tells me yes. I used to smoke cigarettes. I know one when I see one, you know. We all have a gray hue to us.
Well, speaking of a talking cigarette, Tokyo Tony's house.
Ew.
No, I would absolutely. What? That bitch is
I don't-
so motherfucking unhinged.
I know. I want to know what she does, but like I don't like. I would watch it from like.
Like you got to be able to turn the TV off from time to
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Like, ooh, let me change this shit up.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to see
can't.
Tokyo Tony take a shower.
No, absolutely no. That's
a
violence.
shit. Yeah, I don't want to
That's-
see.
That's violence on the.
But
black
I do
community.
want to see the conversations that she also has with herself.
with herself. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I know
would-
they're fascinating.
Oh, they are. I know
Two
they
dummy
are.
bitches telling each other
Yo.
exactly. At all.
Because those interviews and you know how you know you see somebody and they're a little
Mm-hmm.
nutter butter, but you know it's a little bit of an act because you just know that there's a little bit of an act to it. No, Tokyo Tony is true life, 100% organic, unhinged.
Oh yeah.
And so to see her in a completely unfiltered setting, I would need some protection for myself, but also my curiosity would be very strong.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I would Jane Goodall the situation. You know,
Yeah.
I would drive through and she jump on the hood of my car while I'm roaming through her habitat. But I just, you know,
Just break real hard in reverse.
don't think I will brake check you.
Bitch, that is just... I bet that bitch be on the top of people's car like us. Like the little
Yeah.
girl in us. You
Yeah.
know she did. That bitch just literally jumped on a few people on the hood of a few people's vehicles.
Like a goddamn howler monkey. Fuck it.
This is enough. We'll see you all in 3 weeks.
See you all in September.
Or on the Patreon, because we're definitely still going to be there.
Yes, Patreon. Go to Patreon. That's where we'll be. Bye.
Yes, we're moving on up to the side.
How do dolphins have sex? Because have you ever seen a dolphin pussy?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a pussy.
It
And
looks
a-
like, yeah,
and
it
a
looks
shark
like
pussy
it
looks
has
like a
really,
pussy.
Yeah, just like with really big lips.
Yeah, with really big lips, like they're just a little inflamed.
Mm-hmm. I've
So
never
how-
seen a shark wang or a dolphin wang. It just makes sense for it to.
Shark penis. Oh,
It's pretty.
it's like a fin. Okay, let's.